Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void! This is a game between TheDoctor and rhnfckr on Daybreak, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is TheDoctor. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is rhnfckr. No idea what that stands for. Not going to try to think about it too much. But he does have a little spinning marine logo from StarCraft. I love StarCraft so very, very much. If you haven't seen them, I'll put a link in the top right. They are super entertaining and well animated and awesome. Alright, so a PVT for our weekly Into the Void, or let's see, twice weekly Into the Void at this point. If you would like to submit a replay to Into the Void, which is just our weekly examination of a Bronze and Silver League gameplay, go ahead and do so to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I'll go ahead and send them to my screeners. The best ones will come back, and I will go ahead and cast those for everybody's entertainment and education. Very well indeed here. So it is a Rax first here from rhnfckr. Gateway on the other side of things for our Protoss player, TheDoctor. I'm wondering if that's a Doctor Who reference. Trying to think what else goes by TheDoctor. I'm pretty sure it's just Doctor Who, as far as I know. Probe Scout here from TheDoctor, seeing exactly what is going on from rhnfckr, and is going to see the Rax first and the gas. Probably going to say that's a Reaper. Actually sending an SCV out to chase this guy, making sure no proxies happen, making sure no pylons come up with the Terran player unawares. Might try to block off an expansion here as well, depending on how things go. Actually, no, just kind of AFK a little bit there. Is this probe? No, probe, don't get stuck. Probe, no! Okay! Oh, probe is stuck here. Pro tip, if your probe gets stuck like that, you can mineral walk. Which means if your probe is here, he can right-click on that mineral patch, and he'll go pass through that worker, that SCV, and get to safety. So might want to try that if you get a probe stuck somewhere or an SCV stuck somewhere in the future. Ah, Marine. No Reapers? No Reapers. No Reapers from rhnfckr. Alright, that's fine. Expansion on the way from both of these players. Man, Into the Void is serious business these days. These guys are going for expansions. They're not one base in it. Although that is a Zealot. So a Zealot and a Marine opening. Not exactly super ideal, but also not super bad either. So I'm not going to really criticize this. A lot of players do open up Marine, especially if they want to go for that 5-minute double medevac drop play, which a lot of players have gone for at the pro level. Just going barracks, factory, throw a command center in there somewhere into starport, get about 12 Marines, get 2 medevacs out, and move out around 5 minutes. We'll see if that's what our Terran player is going for, if Rhin wants to do that or not. And our Protoss player, on the other hand, has got his cybernetic score getting warp gate research, and the question is, what's the next step from here? Has double assimilator, so it could be anything really. Stargate, could be Twilight Council, could be robotics facility. And the answer is Twilight Council. There it is, Twilight Council, and another gateway on the way, so it could be Blink Stalker. Got a sentry out here for defense as well. Excellent job. Sentries are kind of hard to control at this level of the game, but still very, very powerful. And there it is. There's the starport factory swapping over onto the reactor, and barracks creating a tech lab there. So possibly some Hellions. Yeah, Hellion opening here as well. So it's not going to be a double medevac drop with just Marines. There are definitely some Hellions here. And man, these timings. Again, I know I say this almost every week, but Bronze and Silver League players are not the ones that we saw back in Wings of Liberty back in 2010. These players have build orders. These players know what units do. These players have timings in their heads where they start to struggle, and what causes them to lose games is contact with the enemy. When the first attack happens, suddenly their macro slips back home, suddenly their micro slips up, they lose a battle they shouldn't have, and that's how come they kind of tend to stay around the Bronze and Silver level. So decision making can be a big deal, but these early games usually are not a problem for most of the players that we see in Into the Void. It's when we start getting attacks that probes stop getting made, expansions stop getting built, and armies are not built to reinforce at the front lines, and everybody is very sad. So rhnfckr here does have a bunch of Hellions at the front with a Marauder. He's not moving out, which I feel like Hellions are not very good at base defense. They're really good at offense, though, so getting them out across the map into mineral lines is what you want to do with those guys. But instead, they're just kind of chilling right now. Starport does have a reactor, but no medevacs up here yet. Getting combat shield first here. And okay, so the Hellions are now moving out. There are a total of 5 of them. Moving out here. Is there a Mothership Core? There is. Mothership Core with Photon Overcharge will be good. Zealots not so good against Hellions. Sentries with the Force Fields good against Hellions here. So now a couple Zealots moving out here for TheDoctor just as the Hellions come in the back door. Kind of sneak around them there. Although this is more of a scouting zealot, not really much of an attack, if we're going to be honest with ourselves here. So here we come, 5 Hellions at the 5-minute mark, immediately warping in some zealots, and run probes, run. Good probe pull by rhnfckr, actually getting out of there. And again, he can mineral walk these guys to safety, but instead they're stuck on this on these zealots. Photon overcharge does finally come up, chasing them away. 1 Hellion dies, but they did kill a zealot and 7 probes. 7 probes there. It's 36 to 35 harvesters. So rhnfckr just basically evened up the score there on that worker count. And he's going to come back in for round 2 in just a minute here. Does have some medevacs now, finally getting +1 attack for his biological units. And where did they go? Oh, they're hiding up in this corner. Maybe they're waiting for a 3rd base to be thrown down. I don't know. I don't know that you can assume that into the void that your opponent's going to expand at a particular time. But look at this. The Doctor checking out the 3rd base for rhnfckr too. Alright, so these guys, man, they have good map awareness. They know exactly where the opponent is going to expand. They don't know when, obviously, which is why they're scouting. More medevacs coming in. Medevacs are your friend, Terran players, and Into the Void. Definitely get those. I mean, you're never going to regret having too many medevacs, that's for sure. Command center on the way, 3rd command center on the way, I should say, for rhnfckr. Another factory coming in, so 2 factories and 2 barracks, 3 barracks. So a bit of a combination as the Hellions sneak it in here again, trying to roast up them probes. Going to get one of them for sure. Zealots, again, taking that extra damage because they are light from the Hellions. Not where they want to be, but actually pinning them to a corner there, and bam, all the Hellions do end up getting killed. So 5 Hellions in exchange for 12 probes and a Zealot. Resources lost here, favoring the Terran player just a little bit. 700 resources lost for the Protoss and 500 for the Terran, but workers killed, I think, count for more in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it's only 50 minerals lost officially, but so much future income lost there with the death of those probes. So moving out with a Zealot Sentry Adept composition. By Adept, I mean 2. They're basically 2 Adepts and a bajillion Zealots here. Do they have charge? Did he get charge for those guys? Where's our Twilight Council? No, he got a Twilight Council and does absolutely nothing with it to this point. It does have a Warp Prism coming in to reinforce at the front. That's a great idea. On his front here, got Marauders. Marauders are very good against Zealots for sure. Pumping out those Marines as well. Just good DPS and getting a tank out of one of those factories. The other factory has remained quiet for the last few minutes. 3rd base is going to go land down there. And actually, the Zealot that was scouting this out is gone. Where did he go? Oh, he's going to meet up with his friends. But abandoning his post. Abandoning his 3rd base post. But that's alright, he'll be part of this attack. He's going to scout up front, see exactly what the Terran is going to defend with here. It's going to be Marines, it's going to be Marauders, it's going to be Hellions, and Immortal on the way for the Doctor. But again, no, just unupgraded Zealots, man. Oh, much more Adepts here, warping in. Oh, on the Warp Prism. Adepts trying to warp in. There's the cancel, the last second cancel. That was pro-worthy right there. Command Center a little bit distracted by the army at the front. Doesn't actually have orders to land yet. So you probably should be doing that. I mean, you're hidden, right? The Protoss player doesn't know that you're there. I'm not sure why you'd be afraid to land, but, you know, we've all been there. We've all been there, a little bit worried, a little bit distracted from getting the things done that we need to get done. Is that the Immortal Trundling? Yep, Immortal Trundling on up. Adepts coming up again to see exactly what is up, and gonna finish this one. There it is. Adepts on top of it. Zealots coming from behind. Marines and Marauders attacking from all directions here. They are surrounded, those Zealots on top of everything, doing terrible damage. Retreating up into the natural base. The tank on the high ground is splash damaging on everything, doing some work here as well. SCVs forced to fight at the same time. Not good. Immortal needs to get in here and fight. Dude, go! Just getting shot at by the tank instead. Adepts mostly still alive. Zealots looking very good too. They're going to try to take down the expansion. No, they're going to try to go up this ramp, but I don't know that I recommend. There are 2 tanks here, splash damaging on everything. Another round of Adepts walking in here to the natural base though, but these tanks are doing a lot of work on these units. Finally, the Immortal getting a little bit involved, but no, chasing the Doctor away here is rhnfckr with just a few Marauders and 2 tanks on the high ground. I feel like he could push up there if he wanted to. Tanks again, splash damaging. 9 kills on that tank. Wow. 4 kills on that one there. Still moving for it. Is rhnfckr. Nice concave here with the Adepts. He's got to finish off that base is what he has to do. He can't go up the ramp. He's afraid to go up the ramp. He needs to kill. Okay, going to kill some of these Marines. No, lifting off the orbital command. None of these units can shoot up. Adepts and Immortals can't shoot up here, but getting the refinery is nice. Stopping all mining from this natural base, also very good, but he doesn't know about secret third base. It's going to be a planetary fortress as well. Good choice by Rhin there. Finally getting Zealot legs is the Doctor. That is an excellent choice there as well. So pulling back to a bit of a safer location out of the range of these tanks is the Doctor. And he's just setting up a contain, right? He's just making sure that Rhin doesn't expand. Is he going to go scout this thing? He is. He's going to scout it, but a little bit too late. This planetary fortress is mere seconds from completing. The Zealot's going to try to kill it. Maybe try to kill these SCVs before the planetary fortress comes up. But there it is. It is online. It is firing. SCVs running for their lives. Three Zealots versus planetary fortress. And no, you're not going to win that battle, Zealots. Sorry to say. Never going to happen. Ow, actually getting both of them as they run away. 3 kills on that PF. Coming in with 2 Immortals and a bunch of Adepts. I feel like the Doctor can kill it. There we go. Immortals getting that extra damage done versus Armored. Really rocking that thing down. Here comes the repair, though. Is the repair enough? The Adept's going to try to take out the SCVs, removing that repair functionality. And yeah, that's enough. 3 SCVs cannot out-repair this damage, and the planetary fortress is going to fall. Boom! SCV is going to follow. And they're all gone as well. Alright, so the Doctor in a much better position than he previously was in. But here comes a drop from Rhin. Oh, no. Drop sneaking into this main base here of the Doctor. The Protoss base is under fire with Marines dropping from these medevacs. Is it all Marines? I think it's all Marines here. The Army, could they recall? No, they don't have the Mothership Core with them. Where's the Mothership Core? Here it is in the natural base. Throw down a Photon Overcharge. Do something. Mothership Core, no! A Zealot warps in here to try to deal with this, but no, there's the Photon Overcharge. Wham, wham, doing a lot of work here, killing a couple Marines. Marines trying to deal with that pylon as best they know how, and they do manage to take it down, depowering a lot of stuff here. Marines desperately try to do this thing. They recognize they're stuck. They recognize this is the only way they're going to win this game. Another Photon Overcharge pylon going to die. Another Photon Overcharge pylon comes up. The Marine count is getting a little bit low. Zealots coming in here as well. The probes fighting, picking up, and retreating is Rhin. He's basically depowered 90% of the stuff inside the main base at this point. Checking to make sure Rhin has not landed his natural base. A third base is up and functional for the Doctor. Nobody's mining from it, though. Up here to the top and the left. Probes fighting against Marines. That's not what you want to see. Look at these, man, Marines with support of these medevacs doing a great job. Finally, Zealots coming in. That should be enough to take them down. Is it going to be? Yes, it is going to be. The final Marines dead. 2 medevacs remaining here. Army at the front for Rhin is a bunch of Marines, some Hellions, versus these Adepts and these Immortals at the front for the Doctor. So again, main base in shambles for the Doctor, but he's still mining from his natural base. He's kind of mining from this third base. Income is not super healthy for either of these players. 17 to 20 harvesters overall. Rhin has that lead. And tank still getting some splash. 14 kills on that tank. That is a hero tank for the Terran player. Natural base reestablished for Rhin. No, 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 no. No, 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 the Doctor. Get in there. Get in there and take it out, man. Go. Scout it. You don't... he doesn't even know that it's landed yet. You gotta keep an eye on that one there. Get an observer. Send a random Zealot in there to see Hellions moving out. Rhin being very brave to move out at this point in time. Does he have new pylons coming up? He does. He has new pylons coming up to repower his gateways. Except for this one. This one somehow is not covered by any of these pylons. Very strange. But it is definitely depowered. Hellions here at the third base. Oh no, there's nothing defending here whatsoever. And there are so many probes. There are 15 probes here. The Hellions luckily ignoring them. But the Adepts coming into this natural base again. Immortals, come help. Dude, go. I know you're really distracted right now, dude. Oh no, the Adepts. The Adepts are doing what they can, but it would be so much better if these Adepts were here. Adepts trying to take down this base all by their lonesome, retreating. 19 kills by that siege tank. Hey, Immortals, thanks for the help, you jerks. Oh, now they're coming. Now they're on their way. All right, very good. Very good there. And I'm going to take out that orbital command. Gone. I feel like they could go up the ramp at this point with what they have, and they are. They're going up the ramp. The Immortals doing extra work against those siege tanks. The Marines getting some damage done, though, and actually pulling back is the Doctor, but another drop, another big drop from Rhin. Here at the natural base, going after pylons, once again taking down gateways. Could the Terran player actually win this thing after being stuck on one base? I don't know. Another Photon Overcharge comes up. The pylon dies a couple of seconds later. Their probes hiding, huddling in a corner. Where is the army? The army just kind of stuck from the Doctor. He doesn't know what to do. Probes trying to escape past all these Marines, but none of them escape except, okay, one. One manages to escape there. It's 5 to 9 total harvesters. Assimilator for the natural base is spared by Rhin, actually. Picking up, boosting up, landing inside the main base right on top of these zealots. I don't know if you want to land there. Doesn't seem like a super optimal location to be, but I guess it works out. The Marines do have stim. They do have +2 attack. Wow. And look at that. Somehow the army has to come back here. The remaining Adepts and Immortals have to come all the way back here. Bring these zealots to get your whole army together. Double photon overcharge trying to whittle down this Marine count. One pylon dies. The other one is definitely still up. Mothership Core does have a bunch of kills to her name, even if it doesn't officially. Adepts warping on up here. Immortals coming in here as well. Zealots behind. I don't know if you want the Zealots behind, but actually forcing Rhin to pick up inside his medevacs and boost away. So good job saving your Zealots, or your Marines there. You don't want to lose your Marines for no reason. Time to move out. He really should have tried to expand prior to this, but lowering all your supply depots is also good. Alright, so it's 6 to 9 harvesters. We have fewer harvesters than we begin the game with. It is 41 to 64 total supply. Rhin has a lead on his Protoss opponent. The Doctor is technically mining from one base and technically getting a tiny bit of Vespene gas from his main base as well. But income, again, not healthy for either of these players. The Terran players is 0, so that's really bad. But he's going to land his orbital command from his main at his natural base, and SCV is going to get back to work. Alright, so the medevacs boosting back over towards the Protoss side of things, feeling fairly confident about their long-term situation. Protoss player has just a bit of a ragtag army and just doesn't know quite what to do. Is abandoning the main base entirely, which I'm not sure is totally a brilliant idea. Sitting up here at the natural, but again, the Terran player can drop, and they're dropping the main base again from the right side this time. They haven't been over here before. Killing a bunch of pylons, still not supply blocking the Protoss player, just because the Protoss player doesn't have much to take up supply right now. Going after that Nexus, getting the Mothership Core, but double photon overcharge does come up towards the bottom of this area. This final battle is happening. Immortals dying to Marines very quickly. The Zealot count falling as well. All that's left here are a couple of Immortals who are very terrible against Marines, and that's it. A good game. Well played from the Doctor. The Doctor calls the good game, and rhnfckr is victorious. Terran player gets the win after never really establishing. I mean, I guess he had a third base for like 5 minutes, but man alive, his income over this game was not very good, but he made it happen with drops, with Marines, with good decision making, retreating when you need to retreat, attacking when you need to attack, not losing more than he needed to, and just holding this ramp right here. He held the ramp. I mean, if the Doctor had been able to get up here with the Adepts and the Immortals and clear out these two tanks, I feel like he gets in the production lines of rhnfckr and actually does manage to win this game, but he held multiple times. The Doctor was not able to get up there, was forced to kind of do that soft contain. He got the expansion down, he did the drops, he killed the natural base entirely, did terrible damage to the main base more than once, and went away with the win. So fantastic job there by rhnfckr, getting the win for our Terran fans today, and that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.